Hi, I'm Josh Campbell, CEO of Worth Media Group, here Super Bowl Sunday in New Orleans with none other than Chef Marcus Samuelsson. Marcus, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
So we're here at Players Tailgate. Talk a little for those who aren't here. What are people about to experience?
This is the ultimate player tailgating experience because you have some of the best chefs in the world, right? And you can have a bite with each one, interact, have fun. It's like the pre-game party for the Super Bowl. It's such a fun event, both for us as chefs, but obviously for the guests as well.
Right. So, we talk a lot at Worth about this idea of worth beyond wealth, how people are using their success and influence to make the world a better place. As a chef, you do a lot in the community.
Sure.
Talk a little about how you've used your success to sort of really embrace community and help people rise up.
Well, I mean, it starts with our industry, how you come up, this relationship, chef and cooks or mentor-mentee, right? So I had a program called CCAP that's been around for 30 years in the city. We're in 10 states now. It's really teaching young adults about life skills through culinary arts in high schools, and then eventually we raise money for them to get scholarship to go to culinary schools across the country. CCAP has been transformative for the industry because it's giving a lot of young adults an opportunity to be part of our industry, and then also when they come into the industry, they transform it, and now we have SOMs, we have restaurant owners out of that program. But things are happening constantly. I just came back 2 days ago from Altadena in Los Angeles, and I was completely devastated. I saw the worst, but also saw the best in people. I was there together with World Central Kitchen. I was working several different stations and watching these incredible people at World Central Kitchen, and the people that just lost their homes being out there. We served about 1,000 people in each location. And this is happening through culinary. You see the best in people in the worst of situations.
Right. So at Worth, again, we talk a lot about what we call groundbreaking women. That means something to you. You launched a restaurant in New York, specifically around women, called Havmar. Talk a little about why you did that.
Well, I came up in the industry, even before that. My grandmother was my biggest influence. I was raised by my sisters and my mom. And so women has always been a leading part of the Samuelsson tribe. So as the pandemic happened, I knew I would open a new restaurant post-pandemic. I'm like, what can I do as an ally? How can I actually put real teeth and pathways so women in our industry has a pathway to ownership and senior management? So Havmar is all led by the amazing Chef Fariel and our GM Tia. They do an amazing job. We packed every night, and it's been a learning experience for me, and I've learned so much, and I really love that experience.
Right, great. So, people, when they think of worth, they think of net worth, about the financial success. When you think about the word worth, what are your feelings?
Well, I think it's a pod that sort of has almost like this octopus effect, right? You can have your arms, first of all, self-worth, and then how do you interact in your community? And we've seen this many times during the pandemic and post the pandemic. And how do we come back as Americans as more thoughtful and seeing our communities develop and going through really tough times? So I think worth right now, you can ask yourself those questions. How can we be a better ally and understand? And food is one of those places, restaurants are one of those places where you can break bread, where you can give opportunities, where people from different backgrounds can really see each other, right? Like think about farms to table, who's working at those farms, who's coming as guests. So there's a connectivity we have as Americans where worth is kind of the center of that.
Well, Marcus, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for all the great work you're doing.
Thank you so much for having me.